I get into this situation, it really does seem quite strange. Where do I start? What do I say? On the sad note, of course, the Bonfire Burn-up means that we've come to the end of yet another season. On a high note, this is probably one of the biggest spectacles that we're likely to actually see in all the years that I've been going to Grasstrack. The build-up to this meeting, following a fantastic Ace of Aces last weekend, the riders are all on a high, the spectators are all on a high, and there's so many ingredients that are just making this a superb meeting. The effort that's been put in on this circuit has been absolutely first class. They've built the bends up to try and make the racing even faster than we've ever seen it before. The riders themselves are just full of praise for the way that the track has been prepared, and I know that speed is going to be of the utmost. I mean, we've got a first class entry in both solo and sidecar, and I shouldn't forget really that there's the added ingredient that we've seen the Australian champions over here visiting win the Ace of Aces. Can they do the double? Everybody in the sidecar world has brought speedway outfits if they've got them. It's set up for what I honestly believe is going to be a fantastic Bonfire Burn-up. We look forward to those big six-lap finals at the end. It's going to be a cracking meeting. Every single heat looks like a final. Grasstrack at its very, very best at one of, by far, the best circuits in the country. But you can hear that the atmosphere is starting to grow. People are starting to get machinery started. This is where it all starts to happen. And one person I had to have a word with, really, the man that they've all got to beat, because he holds the title. You had a great end of last season, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't hope for a better end of the season, to be honest with you. You know, it sets you up for the winter, but today's going to be a tall order, that's for sure.
Well, a tall order indeed, but am I able to say that that looks like a speedway bike to me?
No, I have got my speedway bike here, but yeah, my boy Robbie, he wants to have a little go because his grass track bike's a little bit under par, so I want to try and keep to my grass track bike and let him ride the speedway bike if possible.
Excellent, but of course, looking out there at the moment, I mean, they've done a lot of work on the circuit. You've had some great successes here at Tunbridge. Did you ever think they could improve the circuit?
To be honest with you, I mean, they improve it every year. I mean, they put so much effort into it, it's untrue, really. I mean, we go racing Sundays, you know, every Sunday, and Tom and all the rest of them, like, they spend their time down here on a Sunday preparing their track. I mean, and you couldn't wish for it to be better, really.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think we're in for a fabulous day's racing, but as I think you've already said, it's a tall order to get that Bonfire Burn-up title this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean that's the good thing about it. I mean, I don't think anybody would really want to put too much money on the winner today at this point, you know. So just hope everybody has a real good day and we have a few beers afterwards, really.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Rob.
Cheers.
Well, of course, I've kept going on about the fact that the circuit looks in superb condition. One man who's had some successes here in the past, and I'm sorry to remind you, some failures. Ivor Matthews, the circuit looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, some spectacular failures, I think. Yeah, it does. It looks absolutely superb. I mean, we've just taken our suspension off and hope it stays as smooth as it looks. I think it's going to be slick, which will put the advantage back in the court of the speedway bikes again, but I don't mind that.
Now, the one thing that I've been talking about is the fact that really you'd be a silly man to actually put any money on any predictions of who's going to win. It really is so open, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think Glen, the Australian guy last week, showed what the speedway bikes are capable of. I think everybody's done some work in the week to try and catch up with him the way he was going, certainly in the final. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
And I've got to ask you, Simon, you enjoy this circuit?
Yeah, I love this circuit. Always enjoy this circuit. Enjoyed last week as well. Bit of a failure, but never mind, we'll do it this week.
Well, let's hope so. But as I just mentioned a moment ago, really when I look around the pits in the sidecar world, you know, the crowd really are full of expectation at the moment because everybody's on par with each other, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly. As Ivor said, we've got to keep up with the Australians. He had a good week last week, and it's up to the British boys here today to get out and beat him.
Absolutely, and we're going to look forward to that, obviously, with some fabulous spectaculars, I think I'm going to call it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Well, obviously, I've tried to get words with as many of the competitors I possibly could this morning, and really I've said that there's an extra dimension on the burn-up this year because we've got the Australian sidecar champions over here. Glenn, terrific to see you over here racing, and obviously a fantastic performance at the Aces. First impressions of the burn-up circuit?
Well, it's a little bit more like home now. I think it looks like an excellent track, nice and smooth, and hopefully we can make amends with it.
Well, indeed, a little bit more like home. That sounds as if you might be a bit more of a threat than you actually were last week.
Oh, you never know on the day, eh? You have to see what happens.
Well, we will. Obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on you when you're out for practice this morning, but thoroughly enjoyed your trip over here to the UK.
Yeah, thoroughly. The people have been great. They've looked after us like kings, and yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Well, obviously, we're looking forward to what really is the end of our racing season, a fantastic burn-up meeting. Wish you the very best of luck this afternoon, and let's hope you can really start to mix it with these boys.
Thanks very much, Jim. We'll see what we can do.
Well, I'm absolutely game for anything, and they've said to me that I must have a few words with Robbie, the passenger. Now, Robbie, I just said to Glenn, you're enjoying your trip over here to the UK.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Bloody great countryside, good hospitality, and I'll take this opportunity to thank Terry Skinner and his companion Christine for putting us up while we've been here. It's been really well. And I'd like to thank also Roger Measor. He's been a great help since we've been here. Helped rebuild the bike after the road's minutes, and no, he's been tremendous. Thank you.
Been tremendous. But Rob, what are your impressions of the circuit here this afternoon?
Looks good. Looks bloody good.
Looks bloody good. I think that sums it up well, doesn't it? But obviously we're looking forward to a fantastic race meeting. He's got to be in his bonnet, hasn't he? He'd love to win this one as well as the aces, wouldn't he?
Yes, it'd be good to win them both, but there's a lot of good competition out there. It'll be hard, so here's to good racing and hope the best man wins.
Yes, indeed. We'll speak to you later. Cheers, Robbie. Well, of course, really, there's one man that I had to have a few words with. Winner of the Ace of Aces last weekend. Simon, I know you've already been out for practice. What's it like?
Well, I mean, I'm very surprised at the moment. I mean, you don't know how the conditions are going to change during the day, but I've never been on a circuit this good in England, or this well prepared. The service is fantastic, and I think obviously that every single rider is just itching to get on the track, and at the end of the day, that's what makes good racing, because all the guys are having a good time. So I think today's probably going to be one of the best meetings I've been a part of in England, actually, just because of the conditions of the track.
Well, I agree. I mean, I've been saying all the way through these interviews that really the expectation today, the buzz is high, the riders are all keyed up, we've got the weather at long last. That normally is the thing that cripples this meeting, but it really is set up. And all the work they've done on the circuit, I mean, we are in for a cracking meeting, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely. I suggested to Tom and Ray from the club about 5 or 6 years ago that a bit of granite would probably help the clay here, because the problem with the ground here is when it's wet, it's like a chewing gummy type of goo, and then when it's dry, it's like concrete. And it's very difficult. So if they put if the dust comes out, they put the water on, it goes slippery, and now they've got this granite on it. It's just incredible. I mean, you can do anything with the bike, and if it was raining today, it still wouldn't matter. It'd still be the same. And if it's dry, it doesn't go dusty. And you know, I mean, the club have put such a lot of effort into providing a really first-class surface that they deserve the success that the hard work, you know, deserves.
Well, absolutely right. Now, obviously, talking more about the riders themselves, I think a lot of the crowd are thinking that you're the man to beat, having won that title last weekend. But where do you think the competition is going to come from today?
Well, I hope they're right, I've got to say that. I mean, for me, at this stage of my life, I mean, every meeting's another day, really, and what happened last week really is, obviously it gives you a bit of confidence, but today's another day, another circuit, and, you know, everybody is capable of winning it, so you just got to get your head down and go as fast as you can, really, to be honest with you, Jim.
Well, absolutely right. We'll see if we can have a word with a few of the others, but Simon, the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, of course, I mentioned that there's so many riders I could have a word with. One man I'm very interested to get a view from. Paul Hurry, you've ridden many, many circuits. Tunbridge is one of its own, isn't it?
Yeah, like riding it today with the new shell they've put on, it's quite unreal, really. You've got constant grip there, whereas before it was ever so patchy. You had grip and then you didn't have grip. And like this has made it so much better now. I think you'll be able to race on it.
Well, okay, and I've been talking to one or two riders before I've come and spoken to you, and they're all saying that it does feel fantastic. Now, when the riders are in that sort of mood, the crowd can expect some fantastic racing, can't they?
Yeah, because everyone's enjoying it. Like when you tend to enjoy it, you tend to try your hardest, and you want to go quicker than what you really can. So I think they're in for a treat today.
Well, I think they are. And yourself, do you think there's possibilities you'll be up on that rostrum?
Would be nice. I've never gotten the rostrum at the Bonfire Burnup, so it's always the first time. So yeah, I would like to finish the season on a high, really.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's something that I said in the opening of this video, that really, it's rather a sad note that we tend to associate the burn-up with the end of a season. It seems quite ironic, really, that we are already at the end of the season, but we do go out on a high with a meeting like this, don't we?
Yeah, everyone comes in and enjoys it, and there's always quite a good lineup, so everyone should enjoy their day, really. Like you've got the fireworks, the bonfire afterwards, and there's a great atmosphere at the end as well.
Well, there is now. I know you had a great ride last weekend. Hope you can repeat it again, Paul.
Yeah, it would be nice to maybe come second or third, but it'd be even better to win.
Well, the very best of luck, mate. There'll be a lot out there cheering for you.
Hope so.
About the entry that we've got here today, how fantastic this circuit is, and really one extra ingredient we've got in the solo class is the fantastic skills of Measor. Now, I'm trying to have a word with him very quickly because he does add that extra bit of excitement. But I've got to ask you, you've been out for practice. Did you like the circuit?
Yes, I like, and every year I like. But I remember very well 2 years back that was be fantastic. The weather was very dry and the track was super. And with the second place, final place, for me was very beautiful. The last year was the circuit is always beautiful. Was only last year was only the problem was the rain, and when rain is a noise a normal race for me. It's a little bit difficult. This year we are lucky because we have a good sun. Now is come out, is very beautiful. The track is perfect, and I hope of make the best for make a good result.
Well, indeed, and there's a lot of strong competition out there. You've been out for practice already. Does it feel good?
Yes, I feel good, and yes, for now the only problem is find the really sprocket and the sprocket final, and now I have fine is all perfect for make the super race. It's a super race because all the rider is super, the best of the world. I try to make a good result.
Well, indeed, we know that all the riders in this pit want to win the Bonfire Burn-up. Measor, I wish you the very best of luck. Yeah. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. And hello to everybody here, the public, England public that is always super.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
So then, Colin Earl coming out, leading the field. Jason Bunyan, Malcolm Simmons, nice to see Malcolm with us once again. Peter Lloyd out there, a smart yellow hat on. Steve Schofield, Chris Phillips. That looks like Glenn Cunningham on the inside. And from Finland, Jonas Kalamäkorpi. At least that's what I'm calling him. I called him that last week and nobody assaulted me, so I'm assuming I can get away with that. Well, here we are, look at this. They're all coming around in the sunshine. Colin Earl then, leading the charge. I hope everybody dodges the tractor, but that's a good way of slowing them down, isn't it? Jason Bunyan. Jason's had a good year on the show and on the grass. Good to see him going so well on the grass. Number 4, Peter Lloyd. Let's wish Peter an awful lot of luck today. He's had some bad luck with mechanical problems the last few weeks. He's got to have a good day with us today. Malcolm Simmons, that big Simo smile. Steve Schofield, the guy who goes so well on that on this circuit. Number 34, Chris Phillips coming in. Mitchell Garden. Johannes Kalamäkorpi all the way from Finland. Glenn Cunningham ahead of him. Number 21 out there is Shane Parker. Number 27, Mike Groen from Holland. Paul Fry out there. Justin Hawkins. Otto Niedermayer. Joe Screen on the inside. Julian Phipps out there. Number 9 is Philippe Berger. Number 35, Jerome Aziz from France. No, that's not where we're going to start it from, Jerome. Number 7 then, Zdenek Schneider wins. Number 28, Ray Morton. Number 24, Massimo Vola. And it's Massimo's birthday today, incidentally. Further back again, Patrick Jouré from France. And here's an old chap who still goes quite quickly. I think it's Trevor Banks, I think. I might bet, look out for Trevor at the end of those 6 laps. He'll be up in contention somewhere. He's got my hat on. Yeah, you're right. That must have been where my hat went. So, a splendid collection of solo competitors. Here come the sidecars.
Well, indeed, Tony, what great expectations we got for this afternoon. A tremendous lineup. They've worked very, very hard to get all the competitors to compete in the Bonfire Burn-up for 1997. The sidecars, in fact, leading past me are outfit number 6, Lee Ray and Chris Wall. And great to see outfit number 2, Steve Smith and Dave French. Had some terrific rides down at the Ace of Aces last week. Once we're talking about that, of course, Simon Wigg goes trotting by. He won that Ace of Aces last week. Number 17 is Dave Steer and Rob Sharrocks. Certainly an outfit that goes extremely well on the Tunbridge circuit.
Well, Paul Hurry just slipped by there amongst the Sidecar, Jim, and Paul, the British Masters champion, played a major part, as we know, in the Grand Slam.
Indeed, as many of the sidecars now go past me, I saw in amongst them Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madeley. Number 43 was Roy Spreadbury and Tony Bemister. We can't miss, of course, last year's winner Rob Wilson and Tony Miles, and our British Masters champions John Halsey and Jason Glennie. Number 12 is Tim Bennett and Steve Hargreaves. Have you noticed all these Speedway outfits coming out? It promises to be a fantastic sidecar meeting this afternoon. Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill on Rob Wilson's Speedway outfit. Problems with their own outfit. Number 8, Mark Edwards and Will Jones. Great to see that Mark is here competing. He loves this circuit. Number 23, Gary Jackson and Mick Stace. He's another one that said to me last week he perhaps chose the wrong outfit for that circuit. He's got exactly the right one this week. Number 60 is Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. That long trip up from Cornwall, and plenty of supporters come with them. Number 74 is Duncan Tolrest and Paul Baisby. Number 15, a man that, well, I know you won't mind me saying, he's had some great success here, and he's also had some major disasters. Do you remember that breaking down on the last lap of the British Masters here? Well, Ivor Matthews certainly does. Simon Wigg, and great to see that Ian Weatherly is on that bike as well. He's making a recovery and promises to be back on the grass track circuits. Plate number 1, I hope you've read about these guys in the programme. All the way from Australia. They said they are thoroughly enjoying their visit to the UK. They enjoy the razzmatazz that went with last week. They think the circuit here, to quote, is a bit more like we're used to back home. Well, what's that going to mean?
I thought Chris Ormond was doing that. I didn't realise it.
I'm sorry!
Well, as ever, a spectacular outfit from Chris, and it ought to be black and white, really, and I suppose he ought to change it each time, didn't he? Yellow and black for the last lap, and swift change of jacket to checkered for the last lap. Up here, we have a red flag. I think we have a red flag. And it looks like Paul Hurry who's had the problem to our left. Well, sadly that's Paul Hurry, the British Masters champion, who tumbled on that first lap. Well, Paul's, I think about... And first bend incident, and thankfully let it back in again. Not the worst lap tumble. So it was indeed the first lap incident. Joe Screen eases his way into the so well in the Isle of Wight Speedway team this year. Robbins out there in the centre for was all about qualifying, and Paul Harris picked himself up on the heading for and then Jason Bunyan, and then number 15 Otto Lindemeyer. In first place number 17 Joe Screen. In second place number 5 Paul Fry. In third place, number 9, Philippe Berger. In fourth place, number 8, Paul Hurry. In fifth place, number 32, Jason Bunyan. In sixth place, number 15, Otto Niedermeyer. And in seventh place, the only other finisher, number 34, Chris Phillips. The winning time was 1 minute 13.60. 1 minute 13.60. Let's quickly give you the numbers again from the top. 17, 5, 9, 8, 32, 15 and 34. Start, but it's Jason Crump with the advantage as they go into that top round. As they go past us, Massimo Mora, remember him in the wet here, riding superbly. The Italian is a great track racing man. And we'll look at him go on to Steve Schofield, gained a couple of lengths as they went round that bend by the paddock. Number 10 is Johannes Kalamäki from Finland. A long, long trip to be with us, not quite as far as Australia, but from Finland to Tunbridge is finished very Scurry goes down the outside. We have the line going into the bend on the far side. Gordon it was, tucked just in behind him, and then Julian Phipps. In first place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In second place, number 2, Jason Crump. In third place, number 24, Massimo Mora. In fourth place, number 10, Johannes Kalamäki. In fifth place, number 28, Ray Morton. In sixth place, number 29, Mitchell Gordon. And in seventh place, number 73, Julian Phipps. And the winner's time was 1 minute 13.2. 1 minute 13.2. The numbers again, 3, 2, 24, 10, 28, 29 and 73. That time, 1 minute 13.2. Glen Cunningham, and it's Simon Wigg with Glen Cunningham, I think, right there with him. So, process was Mark Green, and we know that Mark Green from Holland is a good runner because we've seen him do well in this country before. But look at Glen Cunningham. Hanging on in there. Goes on his way, and it looks as though Simon is not going to be able to complete race distance because he's just cruising around at the moment, and I think he's got a dead engine. Number 7, Alex Schneiderwind. So the man from the Czech Republic having a good ride there, and it's Trevor Banks in 4th place as we look to all that. And then number 12, Trevor Banks, then Peter Lloyd, and then Vince Kinchin. Close in 1st place, number 16, Glen Cunningham. In 2nd place, number 27, Mike Green. In 3rd place, number 7, Zdeněk Schneiderwind. In 4th place, number 12, Trevor Banks. In 5th place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In 6th place, number 18, Vince Kinchin. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 13.62. 1 minute 13.62. The numbers again: 16, 27, 7, 12, 4, and 18. Race 4 coming to the line now. Patrick Joret, Shane Parker, Brent Werner, Malcolm Simmons, Jeremy Doncaster, Clayton Williams, Justin Elkins, and Colin Earl. That's Brent Werner, of course. We must use the American expression. Clayton Williams in a very good start there because it's Clayton who is still come around. And it looks as though we're looking towards Jeremy Doncaster to come up. Jeremy Doncaster. Clayton Williams on the outside, Jeremy Doncaster on the inside, and Donkey eases his way through. There's Jeremy Doncaster in front. Coming through to take 4 from. Interesting, of course, in the list of information. These and in 5th place, number 14, which is Patrick Joret from France. The results then of race 4 as follows. In 1st place, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In 2nd place, number 11, Clayton Williams. In 3rd place, number 26, Colin Earl. In 4th place, number 30, Malcolm Simmons. In 5th place, number 14, Patrick Joret. In 6th place, number 20, Justin Elkins. And in 7th place, number 21, Shane Parker. No 8th finisher. The winner's time, 1 minute 15.1. 1 minute 15.1. Those numbers from the top read 6, 11, 26, 30, 14, 20, and 21. And across to Jim to take us through the sidecars.
Oh, thanks, Tony, and built with anticipation. A fantastic sidecar event this afternoon, I'm sure. We look at race 1, we see Roger Measor out for the first time. He, in fact, holds the most Bonfire Burn-up titles. 4 in the history of this event. Mark Edwards, the youngster who's had nothing but machine problems this season. Will it all hold together this afternoon? He loves his circuit. Gary Jackson, number 23, you'll see on that start line, has never won the Bonfire Burn-up, but he said he would love to win it this afternoon. This afternoon, as it comes past me, it's Robbie Wilson has got to the front. Mark Edwards goes around the outside of him as they go into the first turn. Roger Measor in first spot at the moment has got Gary Jackson up behind him. Can those two work their way through and catch up with the two youngsters in front of them? Mark Edwards looking to be in terrific form at the moment. Leading from Robbie Wilson in second place. Gary Jackson Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill. Can Roger Measor close the gap? There's a battle going on at the back of the field for Richard Thomas and Rob Winterburn. But really all eyes, I'm sure, on the Roger Measor now closing up on Robbie Wilson. They'll go into the last lap as they come past me this time. Can Roger Measor make up another place? Gary Jackson not happy at the moment, back in fourth place. Second at the moment, keeps an excellent line on that bottom turn. As they come towards the line, it's Mark Edwards that gets it. Robbie Wilson does hang on to second. Roger Measor just going through on the inside of him, but left it a bit too late. Of the day for the sidecars, race 5 in your programme and a win for outfit number 8, Mark Edwards and Will Jones. In second place, number 25 is Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill. In third place, number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. Fourth place, number 23, Gary Jackson and Mick Stace. Fifth place, number 148, Rob Winterburn and Chris Winterburn. And sixth place there, number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. The winning time, 1:31.91, 1:31.91. So your official result for race 5 should read 8:25, 51, 23, 148 and 60, 1:31.91 that time. So the outfits appear from the pits for race 6. A chance to see in action for the first time this afternoon. The defending champions of the Bonfire Burn-up. They won it in 1996, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. On the inside, John Halsey and Duncan Tollers together as they go into that first turn. Duncan just oh, they do look to be in terrific form to defend the burn-up title. Duncan Tollers having a great start. He's still got second place. Halsey has actually changed lines and he's now attacked on the inside and he gets through as he comes past me. Well, he's got around the bottom turn they come and into the last lap this time past me. Oh, Duncan Tollers has not given up on that second. He chases after John Halsey. And then he's still there in the first spot. They were up for it. They said the circuit was riding fantastic and suited them. They proved it in their first ride with a win. John Halsey and Jason Glennie placed second, Duncan Tollers and Paul Baseby in third, Tim Bennett in fourth. Of race 6, the first outing for outfit number 24, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. They take an official win. In second place, number 13 is John Halsey and Jason Glennie. In third place, number 74 is Duncan Tolhurst and Paul Baisby. In fourth place, outfit number 12, Tim Bennett, Steve Hargreaves. In fifth place, number 11 is Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. And sixth place, number 43, Roy Spreadbury and Tony Bemister. The winning time, 1:31.21, 1:31.21 that winning time. The official result for race 6, 24, 13, 74, 12, 11 and 43. In race 7, they are John Hiscock and Graham Ashby, Dave Steer and Rob Sharrock, Steve Smith and Dave French. They of course have won the title 3 times, and it was only back in 1995 that they won it for the last time. You look back then to 1990, so they'll be up for it this afternoon, that's for sure. Underway, there's problems for Glen Hough as I say that. The rest of the field go by me. Steve Smith and Dave French. Know that they've got the equipment. They are very, very quick indeed, but they've got a lot of work to do in this first seat. Ivor Matthews fighting with Steve Smith for the lead. Oh, Glen Hough has got past Colin Blackburn. To get by on the inside. I think Glen's going to have to switch to the outside if he wants to get past Dave Steer. But Steve Smith and Dave French looking in terrific form. Lead as they come past me. Glen Hough this time trying to... wide on both bends. Ivor Matthews and Simon Wigg stay much tighter into the play. Steve Smith in fact takes the win. Ivor Matthews takes second. Glen Hough and Robbie Armstrong in third. John Hiscock and Graham Ashby in fourth. Well, what a cosy start to the afternoon for the Australian champions. Completely missing that start. And they had to work their way through to get up into third. Of the sidecar heats for their first ride. Race 7 in your programme, the official result reads as a win for outfit number 2. That's Steve Smith and Dave French. In second place, a terrific ride from Ivor Matthews and Simon Wigg, outfit number 15. In third place, number 1, Glen Hough and Robbie Armstrong. In fourth place, number 184 is John Hiscock and Graham Ashby. In fifth place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharrock. Sixth place finisher there, number 22, Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis. The winning time was 1:30.93, 1:30.93. That equates to a speed of 62.71. 62.71 the average speed, and we can now give you the speeds of races 5 and 6. 62.04 was race 5, 62.51 race 6, and as I've just given you, 62.71 for race 7. Measor challenges around the outside of Glen Cunningham. Glen Cunningham fights back up the inside. The winning speed when man gets back in the second place. It's Jones Green.
Justin Elkins behind him. So we look across to the far side. Alongside Joe Screen looks over his shoulder anxiously. There is Joe Screen out in front, Glen Cunningham still. Then back a little way to Julian Phipps. Well, that was a struggle there for Joe Screen. Glen Cunningham pushed him all the way, and Massimo Moro was watching the pair of them, looking ready to pounce should either of them have made the slightest of mistakes. First place, number 17, Joe Screen. In second place, number 16, Glen Cunningham. In third place, number 24, Massimo Moro. In fourth place, number 12, Trevor Banks. In fifth place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In sixth place, number 29, Mitchell Gordon. In seventh place, number 20, Justin Elkins. And in eighth place, number 73, Julian Phipps. 73, Julian Phipps in eighth place. Winner's time, 1 minute 13.21, 1 minute 13.21, an average speed of 68.74 miles per hour. Expecting Krista Marsh to be out in his place and looking across to the far side there. Zdeněk Snyderwin is a very accomplished track racing man from the Czech Republic, and indeed he's pulling away now from Jeremy Doncaster as we look across to the far side. And it's Johannes Karmakurpu really rumbling, and he gets to that corners of Jeremy Doncaster. Jeremy Doncaster pulls out as Paul Hurry now. Well, Jeremy Doncaster wins first time out, problems in his second outing and a retirement. Well, we had a good ride from the young Finn here during the afternoon, and he's clearly going to be up in contention at the end of the day. First place, number 7, Zdeněk Snyderwin. In second place, number 8, Paul Hurry. In third place, number 10, Johannes Karmakurpu. In fourth place, number 26, Colin Earl. In fifth place, number 14, Patrick Joy. In sixth place, number 28, Ray Morton. The winner's time was 1 minute 14.14, 1 minute 14.14, that's an average speed of 67.88 miles per hour. In his last outing, a machinery failure, or that's what it appeared to be. These guys will have no problem. They went past us. Number 9 it was Philippe Berger of the Oxford Speedway man, and he's just staying out of Paul Fry in that fourth spot. So, Steve Schofield. Back a little way to Chris Phillips. So then, well, there was an opinion last week at the Aces that Steve Schofield was as quick as anybody, and he was still Philippe Berger rather in third place. Problems there for Shane Parker. Malcolm Simmons in fourth. In fifth place, it is Chris Phillips. Well, Steve Schofield with problems again. In first place, number 25, Simon Wigg. In second place, number 9, Philippe Berger. In third place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In fourth place, number 30, Malcolm Simmons. In fifth place, number 34, Chris Phillips. No other finishers. Winner's time, 1 minute 14.5, an average speed of 67.55 miles per hour. Well, drama all the way through there. Steve Schofield looking like he had it under control. Simon Wigg easing past him. And then Steve obviously striking problems of some sort or other, dropping back. But finishing, remember, in a very valuable third place. This is all about qualifying for the big money final at the end of the day. £1,000 on each class. First prize, remember. Getting to the floor, sitting in that second spot, really across to the far side. They come around. Jason Crump from Australia. So Jason Crump then from Clayton Williams as they go past the solo start line once again and head down the back straight. Well, we see Shane by Green and Vince Kinchin battling away on his heels as we look across to our right, and Vince Kinchin looking to make progress as they go down the back straight. Behind him, number 15, Otto Niedermeyer. Behind him, Vince Kinchin. And Vince Kinchin challenging again to go down the back straight. And problems there for number 20. Behind him, Clayton Williams, and then number 15, Otto Niedermeyer. Jason Crump. In second place, number 11, Clayton Williams. In third place, number 27, Mike Green. In fourth place, number 15, Otto Niedermeyer. In fifth place, number 32, Jason Bunyan. In sixth place, number 18, Vince Kinchin. In seventh place, number 35, Jerome Aziz. And in eighth place, number 23, Brent Werner. And the winner's time, 1 minute 14.85. 1 minute 14.85, which is an average speed of 67.23 miles per hour. So that completes the second of the batch of solo qualifying races, and we go across to Jim for the second batch of the sidecar qualifiers.
Oh, thanks, Tony. And this, of course, is where we wonder whether anybody's done any gear changes. Have they changed tyres? Have they adjusted the outfits at all? Because they're out for the second time. Race 12 is where we start. This could be an interesting first turn as Gary Jackson. As they come up past me, it's Gary Jackson that still leads. Roger Measor has moved through in the second spot. Well, there's still the battle going on at the back of the field. Richard Thomas in turn, and Richard Thomas trying to close up on Colin Blackburn. And while all that goes on at the back of the field, we've got Gary Jackson and Mick Stace getting away from Roger Measor and Shane Laffer in second place. Colin Blackburn. Moves up into third. Ivor Matthews tries to follow him. Oh, things not going well for Ivor Matthews at the moment, but as we see the last lap flag go out, he's made up one more place, so it's Gary Jackson that leads. Roger Measor in second, John Hiscock in third, Ivor Matthews now up in fourth place. Into the last turn they go, and it will be the checkered flag this time as they slow coming round that bottom turn. They will hold their positions, of course, so it means that Gary Jackson crosses the line with a win. Roger Measor in second in all sorts of smoke. John Hiscock in third, Ivor Matthews in fourth, and Richard Thomas in fifth. Outfit gets pushed back to the pits. Hopefully that was just a water system problem that they can sort quickly. We give the official result of race 12, which stands as they were on the three-quarters race distance. It's a win for outfit number 23, Gary Jackson and Mick Stace. In second place, number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In third place, number 184, John Hiscock and Graham Ashby. In fourth place was number 15, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall. And in fifth place, number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. No winning time there, of course. That result after three-quarters race distance. 23, 51, 184, 15 and 60.
Well, when we look at the solo situation after two legs, we have Joe Screen on 20 points, and he is certainly the only rider unbeaten here this afternoon thus far. We have Jason Crump and Glen Cunningham on 18 points. On 16 points we have Steve Schofield, Zenex Snyderwind and Clayton Williams. And on 14 points we had Philip Berger and Mike Green. On 13 points we have Paul Hurry. On 12 points we have Massimo Mora. And on 11 points we have number 10, Johannes Kalamakorpi, and number 26, Colin Earl. So, not a lot of gaps. When we look down there, one slip, a couple of points, the whole thing can change. So Joe Screen then leading on 20 points. Jason Crump and Glen Cunningham both on 18 points. But remember, we've got people like Jeremy Doncaster, who had a win the first time out, but had a problem in his second outing, so he can come up into contention very rapidly indeed. Well, the sad sight of the ambulance being taken across, let's hope that this is just a precaution and that the guys will be taken away for check over and arrest. It's Colin Blackburn and Eddie Alvis, of course, with the problem on that far bend. Let's hope that after a bit of a arrest they will be, if not fit and well, certainly only a little shaken up.
Now he goes in race 13. The closest to him is Robbie Wilson, who had a second. Duncan Tolhurst had a third place. Fifth place is for Rob Winterburn and Craig Cheetham, and Royce Bedbury with a sixth spot. Turns out Craig Cheetham's had a good start. Robbie Wilson again with a good start, but it's Mark Edwards that flies into that bottom turn. At the moment on the lead as Craig Cheetham's gone very, very wide. Mark Edwards sees the gap, and it's Mark Edwards that drives a hole on the inside and gets that lead. A very good bottom turn from Mark Edwards. Craig Cheetham, no answer to that one at the moment. Robbie Wilson on of course. Cheatham, of course, is also on his Speedway outfit. But Mark Edwards, who's had so many of those disappointments in things that Wilson is in third, Duncan Tollis in fourth, and that in fact is how they come across the line. Number 8, of course, that is Mark Edwards and Will Jones. In second place, outfit number 11, Craig Cheatham and Guy Reynolds. In third, number 25 is Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill. In fourth, number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Paul Baseby. Fifth place, number 148, Rod and Chris Winterburn. And in sixth place, number 43 is Royce Bredbury and Tony Bannister. 133.09 was the winning time, 133.09. That equates to an average of 61.25. We've seen Mark Edwards, who had a win first time out. The others that had race victories are Rob Wilson and Steve Smith. They both go in race 14. They're joined by John Halsey, who had a second, Glen Hough, who had a third, Tim Bennett, who had a fourth, and Dave Steer, who had a fifth. It promises to be a cracking heat. Very quick and fast and furious as we give the official result for race 14. It was a win for the Australian champions Glen Hough and Robbie Armstrong, outfit number 1. In second place, number 24, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. In third place, outfit number 2, Steve Smith and Dave French. In fourth place, number 12, Tim Bennett, Steve Hargraves. In fifth place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. In sixth place there, number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. 130.33 the winning time, 130.33. Speed 63.12, 63.12. And when you think they're going down 2 straights and throwing it sideways around 2 very big bends, 63.12 they're averaging. It's very, very quick indeed. And as we now complete the Second leg for the sidecars. I hope you've enjoyed looking at those fantastic photographs in the programme. We go over the page and we go back to the solos for their third leg.
Disappointment last time out, and come on. We have a red flag, we have a fallen right on the top end, we have a red flag, and we have 2 down on the top end, in fact. It's Brent Werner, and looking through the field glasses. Well, we think it's Colin Earl is the other rider. So those two both being attended to by the Gravesend Red Cross. If he has any potential injuries, then they're not at all affected by the treatment he receives. Race 50. Wow, Johnny Doncaster on the new track with a problem there, and looking down at the engine action. Well, they're dropping out like flies, aren't they, at the moment? Gracious me. They look too like Mike Green is in second place. Blake Williams is third. And yes, one more competitor still circulating as he comes towards us very slowly. It's number 35, so Jerome has obviously got the other. Third place for Clayton Williams. And it could well be a 4th place for Jerome Aziz if he can coast on round and complete race distance within the required time. We have then the official results of race 15. In first place, number 3, Steve Schofield. In second place, number 27, Mike Green. In third place, number 11, Clayton Williams. And in fourth place, number 35, Jerome Aziz. So, the numbers read 3, 27, 11 and 35. 4 finishers only. Winning time, 1 minute 14.46. An average speed of 67.59 miles per hour. So, 1 minute 14.46, 67.59 miles per hour. The numbers read 3, 27, 11 and 35. Massimo Mora. He does the same thing. So it's Simon Wigg from Massimo Mora. And then Otto Niedermeyer. Well, Simon Wigg. There's a fight going on there, but looks like Zenix Sidewind was trying to come inside and take out that fifth spot. Sixth place, number 15, Otto Niedermeyer. In first place, number 25, Simon Wigg. In second place, number 24, Massimo Mora. In third place, number 9, Philippe Berger. In fourth place, number 7, Zenix Sidewind. In fifth place, number 30, Malcolm Simmons. In sixth place, number 15, Otto Niedermeyer. In seventh place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. And in eighth place, number 18, Vince Kinchin. A winner's time, 1 minute 14.44, 1 minute 14.44, an average speed of 67.60 miles per hour. Mr. Marsh should be going in his place. Looks like Paul Hurry's made the best of the start. Man from Finland, Johannes Kalabakopi in that second spot, but look at the battle for third place going on. So Joe Screen then. Well, third place because he's chasing the man from Finland. He's chasing Johannes Kalabakopi, who's hanging on to that second spot. Not a rider we're familiar with, but he's certainly just as though things got away from him, but he hung on in there, straight on the flying. A man from Australia for Jason Crump, and third place to Johannes Kalabakopi. As follows. In first place, number 17, Joe Screen. In second place, number 2, Jason Crump. In third place, number 10, Johannes Kalabakopi. In fourth place, number 28, Ray Morton. In fifth place, number 20, Justin Elkins. In sixth place, number 21, Shane Parker. No 7th or 8th finishers. Winner's time 1 minute 16.14, 1 minute 16.14, which is an average speed of 66.09 miles per hour. 66.09 miles per hour. And Glen Cunningham makes a tremendous start here. Well, Paul Fry has certainly got back to his grass track ways very quickly. Number 32 goes by, that's Jason Bunyan, he's just ahead of Mitchell Garden. Looks like Julian Phipps, I think. And Patrick Joy. Patrick Joy, in fact, goes slips to ahead of Mitchell Garden. course, we've lost Paul Fry, we've lost both Pauls. They're both cruising across the line. It's worth cruising across the line, of course, because a few extra points might be quite important here, and I would have thought that Paul Fry might have considered just pushing across the line and taking the checkered flag. In first place, number 16, Glen Cunningham. In second place, number 32, Jason Bunyan. Dramatic last lap, wasn't it? In third place, number 14, Patrick Jura. In fourth place, number 29, Mitchell Godden. In fifth place, number 34, Chris Phillips. In sixth place, number 73, Julian Phipps. And in seventh place, number 8, Paul Hurry. Winner's time was 1 minute 14.05, 1 minute 14.05, an average speed of 67.96 miles per hour. 67.96 miles per hour. 1 minute 14.05. The numbers 16, 32, 14, 29, 34, 73, and 8. And the chairs are out again.
I'll remind you that Lee Ray comes into this one. In fact, it's Roger Measor has got to the front. Come a long, long way round. Has he made it? He certainly has. Oh, Wilson now to the front. John Hiscock in third place at the moment. Glen Hough back in third. On this bottom turn as Glen Hough comes through on the inside of John Hiscock. Gets up into third place. He's now got a battle with Roger Measor. Probably keep in front of Glen Hough. Roger Measor tries to stay in contention with them. So go round the top then. Watch for the gap to be closed. Wait for the official to go, but from where I was sitting, it looked as if they would have onto it. Just getting better and better as the afternoon goes on. They're all getting used to the circuit. The official result of race 19, a win. His second of the afternoon, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles, outfit number 24. In second place, outfit number 1, that's the Australian champions, Glen Hough and Robbie Armstrong. In third place, number 51 is Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In fourth place, number 184, that's John Hiscock and Graham Ashby. Fifth place is 148, Rob and Chris Winterburn. And in sixth place, our reserve coming in for Royce Fredbury, that's outfit number 6, Lee Ray and Chris Wall. 131.73 the winning time, 131.73, that equates to 62.16. Oh, with an average of 62 miles an hour. We look to race 20, and looking back over results, Gary Jackson, of course, comes to the line. He's had a fourth place first time out. He must have changed something. He had a win in his second ride. Ivor Matthews going back. Smith and Dave French that set the pace. Gary Jackson and Mick Stace tucked in behind them. Ivor Matthews and Simon Wigg sitting in third at the moment. Richard Thomas in fourth, Tim Bennett in fifth, and Robbie Wilson very front because Steve Smith and Dave French are going well this afternoon. They've got a terrific record in this Bonfire Burnup. They've won it 3 times. Can they do it again? Fourth place. It's a real battle between Tim Bennett and Richard Thomas. But as the last lap flag goes, we'll see any changes on this last lap. And he's certainly proving it. To the checkered flag he goes. That's his second win this afternoon. Gary Jackson gets second, Ivor Matthews gets third, and Tim Bennett wins them out to fourth place. The official result reads as a win for outfit number 2, his second this afternoon, Steve Smith and Dave French. In second place, number 23, is Gary Jackson and Mick Stace. In third place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall. In fourth place, number 12 is Tim Bennett and Steve Hargreaves. In fifth place is 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. And in sixth place, number 25, Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill. 132.10 that winning time, 132.10, 61.91, 61.91. So really nothing in those speeds at the moment as we look to race 21, and we get a chance to see in action once again. Outfit number 8, the only crew that have had 2 rides and 2 wins, Mark Edwards and Will Jones. That's how they go by me. Duncan Tolas fighting his way through into 4th place. Problems by all of the having a terrific afternoon so far. This is exactly where they've been in their first 2 outings, right at the front of the field. John Halsey and Jason Glennie a very disappointing ride in their second outing. Mark Edwards at all. Mark Edwards in terrific form as he goes past me into the last lap. Oh, if anything, Craig Cheatham is the one making the ground. He's certainly closing up on John. Terrific rides for Mark Edwards and Will Jones. They take the win. John Halsey gets second, Craig Cheatham in third, Duncan Tollhurst in fourth, and Dave Steer in fifth. Sidecars, 3 rides and 3 wins for outfit number 8, Mark Edwards and Will Jones. In second place, number 13 is John Halsey and Jason Glennie. In third place, number 11, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds. In fourth place, number 74, Duncan Tollhurst and Paul Baisby. Fifth place, number 17, Dave Steer and Rob Sherrocks. And in sixth place, number 20, our reserve coming in, Vaughan Roberts and Terry Madeley. 132.50 the winning time, 132.50, an equivalent speed of 61.64. Well, we've seen them really motoring this afternoon. We're getting to those final stages. If you haven't scored the points so far, you've got to do something extra special in your last ride. We see how the solos sort themselves out. As Tony, we move on to those 4th leg rides.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, and the solos after the 3rd leg have Joe Screen on 30 points. Glen Cunningham on 28 points, Jason Crump and Steve Schofield on 26 points, Clayton Williams and Mike Green on 22 points, Cynic Snyderwind on 21 points, Philip Berger, Massimo Mora and Simon Wigg on 20 points.